That's a tune, isn't it, Tim?
It is. That's my favourite tune, Sarah.
It should be your favorite tune. You hear it often enough.
It means it's hangout time. I love it so much.
It's hangout time. Hello, everybody out there. Don't panic. There's only two of us on the screen. That is not Stefan Dorr. This is handsome Tim Kelly, who's my wonderful partner in all things online. For most of the Horn community know you already, Tim. You are a legend amongst us. Yes, handsome Tim is awake. It's 7 o'clock in Melbourne, right?
Yes,
7 o'clock?
7 o'clock.
Right.
It's my new favourite time to wake up in the morning.
It's 9 p.m. here in Berlin. Stefan's having a few internet problems, which he's working on. It might be that he can't join us today. Don't switch off. Promise? Don't switch off.
Stay with us. Stay with us.
He will be back. He may even be able to dial in during the hangout. We're working on it, but he said to send his love, and he will be back hopefully tomorrow, definitely this week sometime. So, but please don't switch off, because we would love to spend 20 minutes, 30 minutes with you. I'm usually the interviewer, so I don't really, I ask the questions, but we've had so many fantastic questions coming in, some of them also to me. Tim and I thought, rather than cancelling the hangout because the guests can't come, we'll just hang out all together. What do you think? Can I have your approval? Can you send me your approval? And if so, then we'll carry on. Tim.
I think there's approval, Sarah. I feel like there's
You
some
think
approval
so?
out there. Absolutely. Absolutely. Everyone loves a good hangout.
I know. I love the hangouts, but I'm not very used to answering questions by myself.
That's okay. We'll help you. We're all here together. All hanging out together.
Have we got Facebook Live going?
We do. I think I
We
pushed the
do?
right button. Yeah.
Are you? All those of you out on Facebook Live, we'd love to know where you are watching from. If you have any juicy questions, hop over to the website, and because I have them all here on my iPad. Facebook Live goes really fast. I mean, it's just like I can see it's just flashing past right now. It's amazing how many of you are joining in. Thanks for that. It's fantastic. I love that. Tim, how do I see just the chat here? What am I doing?
Oh, you need to go full screen on the Facebook
Full
Live.
screen?
Just pull it across and you'll see the chat.
Pull it across. Got it.
Yeah.
I got it. There we go. There you are. Fantastic. Okay. No, that was yesterday's. Where's the where?
Well, we
where's
did have some
today?
we had some fantastic questions yesterday
I got
as
it.
well.
Here
so
we are.
that's
Oh, I
not
can
bad.
see us. Oh my goodness me. All right, I got
Look,
it.
it's us.
I got it.
Yeah.
So we've got Korea, we've got Mississippi, Matt, hi, Kit Stickett from San Francisco, South California, SoCal, Hollywood. Gosh, a lot of you guys around in California. Hope you're staying inside. Everybody, I hope you're staying inside, keeping safe, washing your hands. Tim, you remember we got an email today from a very concerned teacher that said when Stefan and I were talking about embouchures like this, he said, please tell everybody before we even touch our embouchures that we have to wash our hands. So have you washed your hands today?
I have. I've washed them twice
times.
since I got up in the last hour, actually.
So wash your hands. I'm now going to switch back over to the questions on the website. What's going on? Oh yeah, everyone's saying it's fine. So yeah, you haven't switched off. That's nice. It's just me and Tim here with you today. Stefan might join in if he can get his internet working. Otherwise, he'll be back to answer all your questions. We've had some fantastic questions come in, and I've been trying to collect them because they flash past here so quickly. Every day when the Hangout's finished, I go through them all and pick out the juiciest ones for the next day. Yeah, Tim, you've seen some good ones too, haven't you?
I have. There's been some great questions coming in, and I think today's going to be a great day because we've got a bit more time to actually look at them as they come in. We might get back to some of yesterday's questions as well.
It's not only yesterday. I've got questions from day one as well. What episode is this?
This is
3.
episode 3, yes.
Well, by the looks of things, we're in here for the long haul because I don't know about the rest of you. What's happening? Where are you? How's your lockdown? Are you in lockdown? Can you go out? Can you go shopping? A friend of mine called me from Spain today. Adrian, a wonderful horn player friend of mine. He's not feeling very well, so we wish him all the best. Yeah, we don't want any of you to get sick, right? So where are you and how are you spending your lockdown? Please write in and tell us.
Yes, let us know. We've been staying inside a lot in Australia, which is good. And it's different, not going outside as much. It's not as much fun, I think, but it does give us a good chance to get together like this. I think lots of people are doing the online video chats, aren't they? So it's
Yes,
great that we can
and
share this
sending
one.
in amazing selfies. Can I show you one? I mean, this is really fantastic. This is one of my favorite ones of all time. At the end of the week, on Friday, we're going to do a little TGIF. Even though the days are sort of merging into themselves. I mean, God, what day is it today? It's Wednesday today. But, you know, staying inside all day, you sort of forget. But on Friday, we're going to do a little TGIF. And I'm going to, Tim and I are both going to choose some of our favorite selfies. Look at this one.
Oh, lovely.
It's a guinea pig.
Lovely. That's the best way to spend some at-home time with a guinea pig, a nice pet.
Fantastic. I love it. So, yeah, we can carry on with the selfies today. So what have you all been doing today? Tell me. What's been going on? Tim, what have you been doing today? Oh, it's only...
Well, in the last 60 minutes.
What happens? How do you set up a Hangout? Tell me.
Well, it's different every single time, but it's all about making sure the picture looks good and most importantly, making sure the sound is good. Then there's all the little bits and pieces around making sure it gets to the website. Are we going live on Facebook? What should we call the video on Facebook? Will people be watching?
I think people are watching. I can see, oh, Devin is watching. Oh, our friend Devin in Canada. Devin, you're amazing. He's been helping out with the website, creating the chat. He's responsible for putting all these really cool little flags in there, which helped us.
I love the flags.
I love the flags, Devin. You're a genius. And yesterday we counted up. We had 38 countries watching. I mean, from Iran to Australia. I mean, that's literally practically every country there is.
It is.
Well,
it's huge. I think it's got to be a record for the Horn Hangouts.
Yeah. So thank you, Devin, for doing that. Everyone's saying hi and talking amongst each other in the chat, which is great. Kevin is watching in Colombia. Besos to Colombia. Yes. So what should we do, Tim? Oh, you were telling us about how to set up a Horn Hangout and get it going.
Yeah. It's cameras and it's microphones and it's always about the lighting, I find. If you have some nice lighting, then everything looks a little bit better. So
is my lighting okay?
It's fantastic. But it's a fun challenge trying to set up a hangout at home and figuring out which lamps and which desk lamps we'll put where to try and bounce light
Totally.
around.
I've had to take the mirror off the wall because it was reflecting too much. And oh, there's one lamp missing. I'll turn that back on.
And Sarah, I love those flowers behind you.
I'm glad you noticed those. I've had different flowers every night. I hope you realise that.
Of course.
You probably haven't. But all the flower shops are shut. But there is one market that keeps going here in Berlin, and I just bought a whole armful on Saturday, and I've been keeping them outside so that they don't wilt. And I thought I'd have a little flower collection. But if this goes on for 3 weeks, you're just going to have a bit of green, some carrots in there or something.
It's fun.
Okay.
It'll be fun. Okay.
So let's get to the horn playing part. Okay. Have you got your horns with you? Can you let me know? Or your mouthpieces or your horns? Do you have your horns? You have your mouthpiece, Tim. Well done. Who else has their horn with them? Okay. And if you don't have your horn, then I thought we'd do it like this. We'll do 5 minutes of playing. Then we'll do 10, 15 minutes of your questions, maybe some low horn questions, if that's what you want. And then I will just like to read all this and see where we'll just chat and see what's going on and what you want to know, what you don't want to know, who you'd like to see on the Horn Hangouts. Of course, Stefan, which if you've only just joined us, unfortunately, Stefan has internet problems, which we are solving as we speak. Probably too late for tonight's Hangout, but we'll see. He can maybe dial in. Otherwise, he'll be back. He promises he'll be back. The goat will be back. Goat sounds so weird, doesn't it?
Greatest of all time. Greatest of all time. Complete sense.
People have their horns. Ray, fantastic. Horn is at the ready. Yes, okay. Izzy, your horn is 60 years old. My goodness. Matilda Masculinity. Matilda, hello to Sweden. We love your dad. Marcus, Terve. Welcome to the Horn Hangouts. Marcus, you have to do a Horn Hangout. We need to get you on the Horn Hangouts. Brendan's got on from rugby in England. He had some audio problems yesterday. I hope you can hear us.
Can you hear us, Brendan? Can you hear us?
I hope so. Right. Mouthpieces at the ready. Ready? At the beginning of the warm-up of the day, usually the first thing I do is like, yeah, Tim, can you do that? You're a tuba player. Very good. Okay, sorry. Wipe that spit off the screen just to see how the lips are doing, if they're swollen from the concert the night before or they're too floppy because I haven't practiced enough. Just to see a few notes of free buzzing. I'm not a huge free buzzer fan. A little bit is okay, but I prefer to do all the work with the horn and with the mouthpiece. And then, if you're going to buzz on the mouthpiece, really important is that you don't press it onto your lips really hard, because it's really easy to hold the mouthpiece and then you end up with a little sort of white mark here because you're pressing too hard. The idea of mouthpiece practice is to keep everything as free blowing as possible. So the secret to that is to hold it just with 2 fingers like that. I don't know if this works with a tuba. I guess it works with any mouthpiece. Put it on your lips, and we're going to start with this note, okay? Can I hear that pitch all around the world? You got it? Okay, here we go. I'll play and you answer. You go. Tim, I can't hear you. It's probably good. Okay. Okay, no pressing, and da, 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 da. Good. Make the sound on your mouthpiece as beautiful as you can. Oh, and la, 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 la. Good. Now tongued. No pressing. Ba, 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 ba. I wish we had audio from all of that, because I think the internet's probably thinking there's a swarm of bees flying around. Okay. Horn in the mouthpiece. The chat's gone very quiet, which means people must be
That means
doing
everyone's
this, right?
doing it. Everyone's doing it. It's a good sign.
Okay, great. Yeah, everyone's doing it. Okay. Oh, a cello. We've got a cellist. Doesn't matter. Try this. You might become a horn player. Just try it with your lips. Okay. Hold the mouthpiece with 10 fingers, and then it's hard to press. Okay, I'll try that. But anyway, mouthpiece into the horn. And this is what I do. We talked about this on the very first day with Stefan, and I'm sure we'll be talking about warm-ups again. This is literally what I do every morning. It really, I'm not playing very loud here, and I'm playing right into a wall because my neighbors are going to have a fit. But I start on a C. It's a stamp exercise. It's a trumpet exercise. And then I go the octave down. And then back up again. And that was a bend. Do you guys know about bending? Stefan and I both do that often. We bend the note in the mouthpiece just to get this ability to, I've washed my hands, for the chin to be mobile, that it doesn't go that the embouchure is straight, corners firm, chin down. It helps to center everything in the morning. You guys want to try it? Tim, what do you think?
I
You haven't
definitely.
got your tuba, have you?
No, I'm not allowed to play at 7 o'clock in the morning, unfortunately.
I'm not allowed to play at 9 o'clock at night here in Berlin, but never mind. Okay, I'll play the first few notes, and then I'll stop and I'll wait for you. Or let's just all play it together.
Yeah, let's play together.
Yeah? Okay,
Yeah.
starting on a C. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe deep. Make those low notes really fat and juicy. Breathe deep. I'm sure that sounded absolutely amazing. Okay?
Sounded
And
great.
you do that in all keys. Those down to there and then up, but always slowly with a beautiful sound, with the best sound you can make. Okay? So the next thing is to do tonguing. Let's do a really, really simple online tonguing exercise. I'll play and you play it back to me. Tim, you ready?
Ready?
You should have brought your tuba. Okay. Ready? Here we go. We start on a C. That's a C, G, C, G, C. And you? A note down on the B. 3, 4. If that that's too big an octave for you, we can just do really simple tonguing and slurring of fifths. Is that too difficult for you, Tim?
It's a little bit hard for me.
Okay, so let's try for the, I know there's a lot of young students watching, and I'm so happy you are, and we want to do, we're gonna think up a hangout especially for you guys, because our hangouts tend to be quite technical for, you know, for good students and high school students and professionals and amateurs. So I'm going to ask a few friends of mine who have really good experience with teaching beginners what they would suggest we can do for you. But everybody can play this, starting on a middle C here. Let's try this. That's really easy. You can do that. And ba 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 ba. Now the octave. And da 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 da. Good. Important is that the tongue gives a good attack, and that here you're using your diaphragm. You're not just going da 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 da. You're going da 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 da. Can you all cough for me? Not a virus cough. Exactly. Just a sort of like that. We should be going like that. But you can feel here, hang on, here, there, it's going that's where your support is. And if you sing it, ha 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 ha, that's what it should sound like. You should be supporting it. It should be flexible here. It shouldn't be stiff. If it's stiff, you go da 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 da. Yeah? Gosh, Tim, it's quite hard to sort of play the horn into a camera and not have anybody.
You're doing a great job, and there's so many people watching.
Really?
We're all having a good time. The chat's going crazy a little bit.
Ernie's watching. Ernie Tova from Philadelphia. Hi, how are you guys doing there? Oh my goodness. Yeah, how's your lockdown? How are you? I know you're doing a lot of online teaching. Ernie is low horn in the Philadelphia Orchestra, and yeah, you guys are off as well. What mouthpiece do I play? Asked Matthew Hysip. Hi, Matthew. This is my mouthpiece. Everybody always asks the mouthpiece question, and you know what? On the Horn Hangouts, it's allowed. We are proud to be horn nerds. So, how close can I get in here?
Very close. Yes.
Very close. So, that is my mouthpiece. It is a Fergus McWilliam 1, which is made by Tilts. And I'm a bit embarrassed to show you the inside of my mouthpiece because, well, you know why. I don't know what the insides of your mouthpieces look like, but mine definitely could do with a clean. That rim is a Paxman 4B rim, and I had Fergus's rim taken off and put into, and it's about that wide, and that's all you're gonna see.
Ooh, we saw that.
I need to clean my mouthpiece. Oh dear. Bahilya, how do I pronounce it? Says, when I buzz on the mouthpiece, I have a weird break. I gliss up and then I leap to a much higher note, and the notes between don't sound. You mean like this? You need to be tightening the muscles here as you go up, not just staying still, not just going do. You need to go like Gail Williams said yesterday. It's like whistling.
And I think Gail's watching again this morning. This evening. So, hi Gail.
Gail, can we dial you in, please? Or can you join in the chat? Because I'm finding it hard to teach a lesson all by myself here. Stefan's got internet problems and he's trying to join us, but he hasn't yet. So Tim and I are trying to hold the fort.
We're doing our best.
If you have any suggestions, get in the chat and let us. Best on the website. We would love that. Thank you so much. If you have Zoom, call us. That would be fantastic. Yeah. So, oh, thank you. Rachel Hockenberry says she's horn professor at Illinois State University. She's grateful for the daily Horn Hangouts. Well, we're grateful that you're watching, and hi to all your students. Devon asks if Fergus knows that I sabotaged his mouthpiece. Of course he knows. I needed a little bit of a wider rim. Other people, women are paying a lot of money to have stuff put into their lips to make them look bigger, but we horn players don't have to do that, do we? We play a lot after a Bruckner symphony. I really do look like one of those women, you know. And I needed a bit more flexibility and a bit more space, so I needed a bigger rim. And also I'm British, and this is a British rim, so
perfect. It makes sense.
It makes sense.
Now, Sarah, I've got a question for you.
Yes.
Are you ready for this? When did you figure out you're a low horn player? How did this happen? How did this happen, Sarah?
Does this count as a Sarah Horn Hangout, or is this is just
No, this is the questions coming in on the chat. I've seen that one a few times over the past couple of days.
Okay, now it's a very interesting question because we talked about this yesterday about being a high or a low horn player and when is the right time to specialize. And the answer to that is really at the beginning, do not specialize. Every horn player needs a great high register, of course, or as good as you can get it, and a really good low register, because that's the tree trunk. You know, those are the low notes. And you as a tuba player, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I do.
We build on the low range. So I was very lucky that my first teachers insisted that I practice 4 octaves. You know, I've never been the strongest high horn player. I've never had those top C's like Stefan Dorr, or even the top B's, or even the top B flats or A's. A flats I'm okay at. What about you? What about you guys? What are your how high can you go and how low can you go? Let me know. I'll read it after this is finished. So when you're studying and if you go to music college, don't specialize, at least not yet. Practice it all. And I'm very proud of the fact that when I was studying, nobody really was a specialized low horn player. Low horn was just something that the ones did because they didn't want to play the high notes, so they weren't very good at the high notes. I fell into low horn playing because my first job here in Berlin at the opera was second horn. That was my first job. So I was perfect for that job because I play quite flexible. I play like off the mouthpiece. I don't know if you can see that, but I'm not a sort of inset player. I'm a sort of quite a. Do you know what I mean, Tim?
Yeah, I do.
I don't have like Stefan Dorr chops. I play quite off the mouthpiece, so flexibility was a really good thing for me to earn my money with. And on second horn in the opera, you have to be able to do everything. I know the Met Opera horns are watching. I'm so honored. Hi guys to New York.
Hey Met horns.
Hey, it's so great to see you. To know you're there. You guys are having a rough time right now because I know that the orchestra's just been laid off, and I think that's absolutely outrageous. And let us know if we can do anything to help. You know, petitions, whatever. But we're with you. But the Met Opera horns know exactly what I'm talking about. Oh, there's somebody.
That's the Met horns right now. Yeah.
Sorry. Hi guys. Yeah, it actually, funny enough, it almost was. No, that was Devin sending me a text saying, Gail wants to know how to dial in Zoom. Gail, I can't cope with that right now. I'm sure I'll let one of the boys.
We might get you on next week. We'll
get you on. I'd love that.
Will.
I'd absolutely love that. Yeah, right at the moment, there's too many horn players watching. But that would be amazing if we could do that. Horn playing in the opera, second horn in the opera, you need very flexible chops. You need to be able to play doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo, up and down. So I didn't specialize before I got that job, and I was very, very happy that I didn't, because it gave me flexibility in all registers. But when this job in the Berlin Phil came up, it was officially a fourth horn job. Manfred Clear was retiring, and he'd gone from second horn to fourth horn. It was only fourth horn, because there was Fergus McWilliam and Georg Schreckenberger playing second horn. So I knew that I had to really beef it up because they knew I was an opera player. They were worried that maybe I couldn't play loud enough. And then I started specializing in low horn. I really did all sorts of exercises. I practiced very loud in the low range. I've had lots of questions about how I can play so loud in the low range. And the answer is you've got to work at it. You really got to practice. You've got to play low. In master classes, people say to me, how do you play so low? Listen, I can't play low. And I say, well, do you practice low? Oh, no. I say, why not? Because it sounds bad. Oh, so they don't practice low because it sounds bad. So it sounds bad because they don't practice it. So it's a vicious circle. You've literally got to break in those low notes with lots of loud playing. Tim, what are some good tuba etudes we could practice?
I really like the Bordoni etudes.
Me too.
Bel canto. Very nice.
Just play low horn, play everything 2 octaves down. I practice hand stopping in the low range. Stefan actually told us on day 1 here in the Corona Horn Hangouts. Actually, that sounds quite not nice. Special times Horn Hangouts. That he practiced hand stop. He played all of Strauss 1 hand stopped, and I did that, and I was completely exhausted. And then I tried to play the Neuling Bagatelle hand stopped, and I'm glad nobody heard that. But practicing hand stopped in the low range is also very helpful. So I didn't really specialize until I got to the Berlin Phil, and now we all play second, fourth, sixth, and eighth. So it keeps us all on our toes. We're just low horns. But my advice to everyone is don't specialize until you really have to. Make sure all registers are covered. And basically, I didn't really become a low horn. I didn't decide to be a low horn player. That's just what happened. So yeah, are there any specialized low horn? The good thing is, Tim, is that before we sort of started the Horn Hangouts, and there wasn't really this culture of low horn playing, and now I feel there really is. There were pieces composed for us. Richard Bissell's Song of New World. Ricardo Montesinos did a whole book of jazz, low horn exercises. The Neuling, there's all sorts of stuff being written. So I'm really glad and really proud about that, because people are proud to play low horn now.
I think it's fantastic. I love low horn. I also think a lot of things have changed since we started doing the Hangouts all those years ago. Now to think there's so many people, and it's so normal for us to all get together online, hang out, support each other, and find out such great information. Sarah, thank you for sharing.
No, thank you for putting the Horn Hangouts on. I mean, for goodness sake, this is really quite amazing. There's so many of you on Facebook right now. It's so great to see you. Tell us where you are watching from. Jenica de Jean says, my horn has gone to Mainz. I guess your horn is being fixed by Alexander's. Luis Murillo is in Costa Rica, and the whole horn studio in Costa Rica from the Instituto Nacional de Música in Costa Rica are all connected. Hola, ¿qué tal? It's great to see you. Actually, that brings me to a question that somebody asked on the first day. Someone said, and I've got to answer this question because Alexander's actually helped sponsor the Horn Hangouts. We have no funding otherwise, and the funding is done by people buying our t-shirts. Tim, show the t-shirts. And all our other merchandise. But Alexander's do help out, which is why you see in the stream. Can they see in the stream? I can't see it here. But somebody asked me, where is it? Here, it was day one. It said, there's a rumor that Alexander sells all of its best horns in Europe and the rest of the world gets its rejects. Is this true, or it's a bad rumor? It's a very bad rumor. Nobody gets rejects. Some horns are better than other horns. Some horns fit better to one person than someone else. I've tried all sorts of horns. It's not a bad horn. It's just a horn that maybe doesn't suit you. So can I put that rumor to rest? It's not true. If you go to the Alexander workshop and you try out the horns there, you can pick the best horn for you. But if you call them and they have to send you some, then they sort of have to guess of what you need. So sometimes that fits, sometimes it doesn't. But they do not send out bad horns just because we get good ones here in Berlin. So thought I'd just put the record straight on that one.
Now we know. Now we know.
Now we know. So do we play enough? What else do we need to do?
I don't know. What else should we do? I'm really curious, Sarah. What's on your music stand?
What's on my music stand?
What's on your music stand?
What I practiced today?
Yeah.
That's what you want to know?
I want to know.
We were talking about practicing with Stefan on Monday, on the first day, and we will be doing that again. I actually would have loved to have asked him what he practiced today. To be honest, I don't know about you guys all online. Write me a message, let me know. I'm finding it quite difficult to keep my chops in a really good state because I miss this daily loud playing that we do in the orchestra. I don't feel I can do that here in my apartment. I live on the top of on the top floor, and everyone can hear it. And usually I practice during the day here, and everyone's out. But of course now everyone is here because we're not allowed out. So I miss that loud playing very much. Stefan does too. That's why the practicing hand stopped is a really useful thing. What's on my music stand today? Funny. Oh, Moabit grüßt. Hallo Moabit, freue mich. So I have Kling studies. Do you guys know the Kling studies? I absolutely love the Kling studies. They look quite complicated.
That's far too complicated for a tuba player. Oh.
That's way too complicated for tuba players. Oh, it gets worse. Ooh. But I love them. They are really good for all registers. They're not too high. They're not like the Vern Reynolds or something like that. So I love to play these. They're my fun part of the day, and I've taken my own advice on the very first hangout we did on Monday here. I said, let's all try and play something every day that we've put off or that's been too difficult for us, like the studies with too many flats and sharps. You know the ones? You know the ones you always sort of go past. You all know what I'm talking about, don't you? There's like one here with
the ones we
5
avoid,
sharps.
yeah.
I'd never played that one, but I have now. So I play these for fun. Look at this. This is a Piazzolla flute etude. Now somebody gave me, who gave me that? Somebody gave me that Piazzolla. Esther in New York. I don't know if you're watching, Esther, but you actually asked people for their suggestions of what to practice during this isolation, self-distancing time. And I had a great list from you. And this, with the Piazzolla flute and tango etudes. Now I printed them out. Most of them are way too difficult. But there's a couple of them that are really, really fun. So I've been doing those. And you're going to like this, Tim. The last thing on my stand. Look what I found.
Oh, wonderful.
I don't even know if it's in print, and I don't know how many people even have this book. I mean, most of my stuff's on my iPad anyway, but I hadn't been through all my music in a long time, and I hadn't gone through all my study books, and I hadn't scanned any of them anyway. But I found this. This is Barry Tuckwell. Rest in peace, dear Barry. He died last month. In January. And was literally one of the best horn players that has ever lived. And he wrote this book, and I hadn't even seen it. I didn't even know that I had it. There's some fantastic stuff in here about hand position, about tonguing. It's a really good book. I don't know if any of you can get hold of this. If you can't, maybe someone can scan it. I don't know if it's even still in print, but that's on my stand, and that's what I was doing today.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you, Sarah. Do you know, Sarah, we've gone just over half an hour with just the two of us.
Oh, we have?
We have.
Oh, my goodness.
Time flies.
Okay. Thank you all for not switching off, because I feel like I've just been holding a monologue. This is really unusual.
It's lots of fun. I think it's fun. I hope you're having fun, Sarah. Are you having fun?
I think we're going to have a nice drink after this. I really appreciate you asking some of the questions, and also some of the people here online. The chat is going crazy. I love that. Oh, you're great. Alain says he's practicing all the basics, and with all this time, he finally has time to fix the sort of little bugs. That's absolutely true. Fix all the bugs. Don't catch any bugs. Wash your hands. Stay at home. But fix all the little bugs. Slow practice is really good. When you have the time. How often do we just go and rush off to rehearsal? I know that's really tough. Speaking of rehearsals, Clemens, who is watching here in Berlin, he's a very young player and plays in a trio. I heard from his parents he's really missing playing in his trio and missing the school orchestra and everything. I guess most of us feel like that. The younger players, us older players. Well, I'm not old, right, Tim? You're not either.
No.
All of us are just missing playing with each other so much. And I love what you're doing on a cappella. We're putting something together with my Pacific Music Festival horn sections that we're going to be broadcasting soon. It's just, I miss playing so much. I wish somebody could. Tim, can you invent something for us?
We'll need to try something. It's just so hard to make it work online to play together, isn't it?
Yeah. It really is. It really is.
So it's not the same as being in person, but this is, we can still connect this way. Yeah.
We can. So you guys, what we'd like to do, we'd like to compile a list of study books, or unusual ones, like the Klaus Wallendorf suggested to me to do the Veruet, I can't read it from here, 24 etudes for oboe. They're on ISMLP, and you can download them and play them in E flat. We're going to make a little list and turn it into a PDF, and Tim will put it up on the website. If you have any suggestions of crazy things we can play for etudes, or what etude books you like, please send them, and we'll put them all together.
And I've just had Ricky Lee has just typed in on the chat and said you should do a late night show, Sarah, because you're great with the monologue.
Ricky, is that your way of telling me it's time to shut up? It's really weird talking to Cynthia.
I know. Camera. You're just sitting there looking at me. That's terrible.
I know. Well, but I feel very, shout out to Tim. He's been great, says Joel. Hey, you know what, you guys? I would like a global hip hip hooray for Tim right now. You're going to join in? Right. Tim Kelly, who set up the Hangouts with me all these years ago, who gets up at 6 o'clock in the morning, who has to put up with 1 million texts and mails from me every day, always has a smile on his face, always tells me that my hair looks good, even if it doesn't.
Doesn't it? Doesn't her hair look good today?
Shut up. A big cheer. Ready? 3 cheers for Tim Kelly. Hip hip hooray! Hip hip hooray! Hip hip. There you
Oh,
go.
thank you, Sarah. I think there's at least 10 cheers for you.
I think
all the
everyone
work.
is
I think
cheering
it's
for you. How about a hangout with Georg Schreckenberger? I would love to do that. I will ask him. There's lots of thanks coming in here, Tim. Thanks for you. Emily says playing tenor arias. What a fantastic idea. Can you send me some? Do we have it in a book? Can we print it out? That's wonderful. I love that. Musical Oats is saying missing school orchestra. I know it's really everybody's missing everything, but let's not give up our horn practice. Keep ourselves in really good shape for when it all starts again. It will start again. We will all get through this. I know it's really scary. I check my BBC News app all the time, all day, and I'm terrified of what I'm going to see. Did you see Prince Charles got the virus today?
Yeah,
but the virus can be. We're going to be all right.
We'll beat it for sure.
We horn players have a special shield, and cello players and viola players and everyone else. So yeah. So this is fantastic. Thank you for all this. Sydney, Australia. Oh my goodness.
Thanks everyone in the chat. I see all your messages coming through. That's so nice.
Yeah, I mean, this is really. I'm going to look on Facebook at all the things. Let me know. Stefan Dorr will hopefully be back with us tomorrow, and if anything happens and he's not, we will be back here and we will dial in some special guests. Who would you like to see us dial in? Gail Williams is already way up on the top of the list. We're going to get her. And I've got a surprise guest all set up to be a co-host. I'm not telling anyone who that is. Tim, did I tell you? I think I did. You know who it is. So that's going to be really fun. Probably at the end of the week. We'll see how the timing goes. But we hope Stefan will be back with us. I think I'm going to end my monologue now and drink my tea.
I think well deserved, Sarah. Thank you so much, Sarah. And thanks everyone for watching. Thanks everyone for tuning in.
Thank you, everybody. Don't forget, do some mouthpiece, do some horn, keep the corners firm and your chin down. And we will get to some more specialized questions with Stefan very soon. I know people have been asking about low horn articulation and stuff. I didn't have time to prepare all that today. And yeah, so
we'll be back tomorrow.
We just talked at you for half an hour. So I'm
and
shutting up now.
We loved it, Sarah.
Good night. See
Bye-bye.
you tomorrow, same time.